Hi, so good evening, everyone. I want to share with you guys today one of the experiences that I had in one of the activities that I did in Westlake Pico-Union. And, I just want to emphasize that it's like experiences and moments like this that I'm about to share that I decided to sign on for another year of service with the American Red Cross in order to really continue the mission because I feel like there was just so much more to do. So, as some of you might have already known, but when we were in Westlake Pico-Union, at one of the days that I was there, it was a Saturday morning, really early, 6 or 7 in the morning when we got there. And I remember when we were driving in, there was a really long line that was wrapped around the entire block. There was actually a food distribution that was taking place at the same time. And the intention was, we were going to hand out these packets that had masks in them and also share like information on disaster preparedness, but also COVID safety. And the masks were so needed because this community had been so heavily impacted by COVID. So when we got there, I was talking to one of the volunteers that was doing the food distribution, and he had told me that a lot of the people that were in line that day, and not just that day, but for months since they started doing this distribution, was that those people had been lined up since midnight the night before, just waiting out there all night just to get this food. And I had done a lot of the other LAUSD food distribution sites. So like, I know that the need that there was for, this type of service, but it just doesn't, it still never sits well with you to know how, the impacts of this pandemic have really affected so many people on such a basic need as something like food. So what me and the other Red Crossers, we grabbed the packets and, they hadn't opened the doors so that they can get their food yet. So we're like, they had been waiting there for hours. So we grabbed some packets and we're like, let's go to them rather than wait until they finish getting their food. It's like, they probably just want to go home. So we go and we walk the line, we have the packets and we're talking to people. We're, providing them with the masks and, talking to them, sharing this information. And I talked to so many people, but there was one in particular that really stood out to me. And it was like an older gentleman. And to be honest, he reminded me of my grandpa. He was also an immigrant like my parents and my grandparents. And when I started speaking to him in Spanish, like his whole demeanor changed. Like he just got really comfortable. And that made me feel great in the sense that, kind of like Patty, I'm also a member of the Latino engagement team. So I know the need and the importance of having people that really represent the community as well and that are able to communicate with them. So we started talking and, I shared with him the reason why I was there and, gave him the packet and the masks. And, like I said, he got really comfortable and he started talking to me about how all of this had really impacted him, and he himself had lost someone back home due to the virus. So just having that really personal interaction, and it wasn't just about, hey, this is what I have to give you, like material and informational resources. It was more of that personal connection, the fact that we were able to connect on a deeper level and have that conversation that really was impactful, because he didn't even know about a lot of these services that the Red Cross had to offer with disaster services. He just was pretty familiar with the blood services, but that was pretty much it. So as I walked away, we said our goodbyes, and I was thankful that I hope at least that he was able to get a new understanding of what we do, and that, like Patty was saying, we don't care about anything. We just want to help and, provide anything that they need if they're ever impacted by anything. And so as I walked away, I saw him, he pulled a mask out of the bag and he put it on. And like, I had noticed like his mask was like really worn. And so just seeing him like put on the mask and just knowing that we had this meaningful conversation, like I was just thankful that I was given the opportunity as a Red Crosser to go out into the community and, interact with people and have that really personal connection, because sometimes, maybe we are limited in what we can do. But the impact that we make on a personal level just by being there is also really important. So I'm thankful that I got that opportunity, and I hope that at least with him, I was able to, give him a new understanding of the work that we do.